Hi there, I'm Ingester in Black, and this is Oil and Water on Maddening. Alright, so this chapter is usually fairly rough, because Manuela's all over here by herself. And on Maddening mode, it's still the same idea, except she can't even come this way and like make her way around by killing this archer and hide here, because there is a Sword Master. And the Sword Master has high enough attack speed that he will double kill and probably crit Manuela as well. So she's really not in a very good position up there. It's still worth doing this chapter even for all the trouble it causes, just for this experience gem, which is quite a good item. The enemies do seem to have quite a few extra Sword Masters and Assassin Speedy Sword users. So that will make things more difficult. And of course we still have the Pegasus Knights, which basically if you don't save Manuela within a certain number of turns, these guys descend upon you and probably kill you with their 24 attack speed and 34 attack. So typical strategy for this is to use flyers with stride in order to get over to Manuela as fast as possible, but that might be kind of difficult given that there is a sniper over here and there's quite a few enemies over here, so I can't like go up this way, attack one of them, and retreat somewhere down here without dismounting, and that will slow things down. So this is going to be probably a somewhat interesting puzzle to figure out how to beat this chapter while keeping Manuela alive. I am going to do a couple things for preparation here. Number one is making sure Manuela has some healing items so that she won't get in too much trouble if she does take a little bit of damage. The other thing is giving her some kind of a defensive shield to increase her protection, as well as a battalion that increases her protection, so that way she can hopefully survive a little bit longer by taking, maybe one more hit. Another thing that makes this kind of tricky is there is a deployment cap of 7 units, and you have to deploy Manuela and Hanneman, so basically you only get 5 choices. And typically Hanneman and Manuela aren't that good by this point unless you use them heavily, which I didn't. Another probable blunder here that I would change if I were going to play Maddening mode again is I recruited Hanneman pretty early, and I didn't have to recruit him until I think next chapter. So if I had left him as a semi-green like mission assistant unit here, rather than having him be a blue unit, his stats would have gotten buffs for Maddening mode because he's an allied unit, and that might have actually been pretty helpful. But I made a somewhat suboptimal choice by just choosing to recruit him early.
No.
Alright, so it is worth noting that this is a defeat commander chapter, so if I could make it all the way through all the enemies and up here, probably using warp, stride, flyer, dance shenanigans, and I could kill him in one turn, I actually could potentially beat this chapter without having to worry about Manuela, but I don't think I have units that are strong enough to do that, so I'm going to go for the classic strategy of moving my units towards Manuela, cutting through these enemies, and then pulling her down this way. In order to do that, I have given her a March Ring as well as a Leather Shield. I had to go with a Leather Shield here because otherwise her attack speed would be a little bit too slow to avoid being doubled by this archer, but she can get 1 extra protection out of the Leather Shield just fine. So I think I'll open by moving Manuela right there. She needs to stay out of the range of this Brigand, this Brawler, and this Archer, as well as this Sword Master in order to stay alive. This won't accomplish all that much, but she'll survive it. She'll also survive the enemy phase, where he'll do the same attack. He'll also poison her, which will leave her at I think 1 HP, but she'll get Nosferatu off, so she might end up with more than 1 HP. On this front, things are a little bit trickier, but I definitely want to move my units up this way as fast as possible, so Stride Gambit is definitely going to carry us here. I'll move Hanneman out of the Swordmaster's range and pop the Stride.
That helps.
I don't actually have flyers, mostly because I think this bonus damage from Sword Fair that Pegasus Knights don't get is going to come in pretty handy here.
Stay focused.
And as you can see, assassins can pass through terrain like forests without taking a significant move penalty, which is different to most other units. I could also
Leave it
warp
to me.
Petra here. Looks like I have to move Lysithea in order to pull that off, though. Get over here and kill this sniper with my left. Doesn't matter if I do it from the left or the top, because I think they're both equally distant. So I'll go all the way in the corner then. Yep. I've spent a little money to upgrade my weapons to have silver weapons,
Each battle, a chance to grow.
and I'm sure that'll be pretty useful, just having that extra damage potential. Now, if I put Lysithea here in order to warp Petra, Felix will have to survive the Swordmaster hit, because if I move Felix, this space will no longer be safe. I could also kill the Swordmaster potentially. He has 26 attack speed. Felix has 23 if I equip him with a training sword, so that avoids him being doubled. But he will take damage with a 22% crit chance. So 22 minus 14 would be 8. And then we need at least 8 crit avoid. So it looks like there's a 1% chance the Swordmaster will crit me. But I'll have to take that risk here, I think.
That's my cue.
I'd also probably try meteoring him. And then Felix could kill on the counter, even with the training sword. That went my way. Alright, so now I can warp Petra. I could put her up here, and then hide her in a forest. And the enemies, I don't think they'd be able to hit her with ordinary attacks, but the problem is, mages ignore terrain, so they have at least some chance of hitting Petra. Then these enemies both have gambits, and gambits also ignore terrain. So if I were going to do that, there would be a chance that Petra would probably get hit. Her charm is 23. She does have higher charm than them, so their hit rates wouldn't be great, but I think it would still be a little bit risky for me. So I think I will send her over this way and try to take this guy out.
Yeah.
And if I can do it by getting behind him and into the forest, that's probably the best space to do that
I will
from.
get the victory.
Yep, that's going to work, and it doesn't matter that he would knock off half my health because he can't hit me.
No use.
And that gets rid of one thing that could potentially
One more
hit me.
success.
Petra has 110 avoid, so the enemies are pretty unlikely to hit, unless this one uses a gambit. Like that's only 30% chance, and then these mages have a 42% chance. I think I can survive the gambit and one of these mages hitting me. So this is a little risky and a little sloppy. But as long as they don't all hit me, I think I should be fine. Turn order might also mess up, like if the Swordmaster gambits me first, then maybe I won't be able to survive a mage, but the gambit should probably miss. Petra has the training sword, or Felix has the training sword equipped, so he's fine. Should kill the enemy Swordmaster on the counter. And Willow will survive this. No chance. Close to 22. This could hit. Alright. That's still fine. Here's the counter. Oh, we got it. He didn't crit us. Hopefully this misses. Right, then I need the gambit to miss Petra.
Predictable.
Ryleth wins that trade.
Don't blame me.
45% chance. The odds are in my favor, but this can't hit. Sometimes when you take risks, you get punished for it.
I must retreat now.
I'm going to do some RNG manipulation here by changing the number of attacks I'm going to do and the order in which I do them. So that way Petra doesn't get killed by my risky maneuver that I'm going to do here.
Leave it to me.
So basically all that entails is I'm not going to attack the Swordmaster with Meteor using Dorothea this turn.
I will get the victory.
And everything else I'll do the same, and it should work out roughly the same.
My heart is full of victory.
But hopefully the enemies will miss me because sort of the list of randomly generated numbers that the AI is going to go through will be shifted by one position.
That's my cue. That helps.
Alright, so here we go. Mela still survives this. This enemy still has no chance of hitting Petra.
No use.
And there we go, we got a miss that time. So Petra should be fine. That's fine, she'll still survive being gambited.
Watch and learn.
That trade is still a winner.
Let's try this.
And then even if this hits, Petra's still alive. And it didn't even hit. So, abusing the RNG mechanics in the game in order to make improbable events that are not too improbable happen is one thing you can do if you really need to get through something a little bit tricky. I don't usually do it, because it is kind of cheaty, but in this case, I feel like I probably need it in order to save
You know what
Manuela.
you're doing?
I will equip her with the March Ring, and that should enable her to get out of all these enemies' ranges. Without that, she would be in trouble. And then I can actually attack for free here with Nosferatu, because this guy doesn't move, and he can't attack this space. And since I baited the Swordmaster down here with Petra, we're actually in the clear to keep moving down this way. And then all I have to do is move Byleth up and Petra up, and we'll intercept the Pegasus Flyers and the rest of the enemies, and Manuela should be safe. Although I do have to hold this front. So I can actually ignore this Brawler, since he won't be able to do much to
Stay
Byleth.
focused.
I can just advance with Byleth up this way. I should probably try to take out some of these threats with Petra first. She does have at least 22 HP, so she will survive the mages even if they hit. This is safe to do because the enemy can't hit me, even though I would be doubled for lethal damage. If it doesn't hit, it doesn't matter. Could potentially be worthwhile to attack with a combat art for a little bit of increased damage here. Looks like I won't be able to take this enemy out. So in order to avoid being gambited, I'll use my assault troop. And I should be safe from being gambited or hit.
I will use the strategy. I am greater now.
Strength, Dex, and Charm. Charm is actually a stat that's become really desirable on Petra now, because the higher her Charm goes, the lower the enemy's Gambit hit rate goes, and if Gambits are one of the only things that can even hit her at all, because her Void is so high, then being able to avoid those more reliably will definitely help keep her alive. I don't have to worry about the Swordmaster attacking, I do have to worry about the 2 mages, and the Armor Knight can't reach, so just the 2 mages. They have 19 attack. Violet has 9 resilience, so that's 20 damage, we can take that safely. So I can go over here and attack with the Iron Bow, probably get a kill too. That's okay. Violet is still going to be safe from dying. And the Brawler can't even reach her. On this front there are a lot of enemies heading our way. I should probably retreat into this forest and take care of this Brawler so that I can move further into that forest safely. But the first order of business is definitely taking out this Swordmaster. If I don't do that, I'll be in trouble. And then I should probably take the Mercenary out, but reaching both the Mage and the Brigand might be a little bit too much of a stretch. Just a bridge too far. So I can attack from 3 range with Dorothea. Looks like that'll kill. So if I move... Or actually if I just sit here with Lysithea. As long as I hit, I will take out the Swordmaster. And that's pretty likely to work, so we'll try it.
This is what I do.
Then I can attack from 3 range with Dorothea here. I'll actually equip Felix with, I don't have any ranged options for him. Well, if I did, I would equip him with one for a hit rate boost, but it looks like I'll have to take the gamble. 81% is still pretty likely. And even if we fail to kill, I think we're still alright. But we got it.
I won't go down so easily.
Yeah, if the mage hits Felix, that's not going to be pleasant. So I'm going to start retreating with Felix here. I'll just leave him next to Dorothea for passive healing.
My turn?
And I'll also advance Hanneman. Is it Rally? Rally Magic. That might be helpful for Lysithea or Dorothea here coming up. Also has another Stride Gambit I can use next turn. This should be a kill. There we go. Risk-free kill.
Flame Spirit protect me.
Violet's still alive, so this is fine. Still not enough damage to kill her. I will need to heal her, but she's fine. I love that, doubling an enemy Swordmaster. It's pretty great. And Caspar gets a good level up from it. If I can get him to level 20 before the start of Chapter 10, that'll be really helpful, because then I can make him a Wyvern. Alright, it looks like we need to get rid of some of these enemies. I can take this mage out without even moving with Petra. I don't think I need the Silver Sword.
Witness frigid pride.
On this front, I probably want to dedicate Dorothea to healing. Looks like I'm sort of forming a blockade here, which is the only thing keeping the enemies from reaching me, so... I don't think I can leave Hanneman here if I use a Stride. Attack, he's got 20 resilience, so he can actually sit in this mage's range all day.
Careful now.
So I think if I take out this Brawler with Violet, that clears the way for him to advance. The odds there aren't the best. Can we do better? Slightly. Well, he'll be really hurt if this hits, but she'll be alive, so that's perfectly fine.
As expected.
Now I can retreat with Hanneman just fine. I think he'll do 0 damage. Yeah, that's fine. Then we have this mage and this bandit. I think if I can kill the mage or the bandit, we might be good. If I use Dark Spikes. Okay. That's pretty likely to work. So I think I will go to 2 range here and attack with Dark Spikes. This enemy is no threat to Lysithea. And there's about a 90% chance that this will work out, and we don't actually have to retreat. And how?
Of course I won. Let's keep at it.
And then I can probably move Felix up here and kill this mage. Looks like he doubles me. But he doesn't do more than half of my HP and damage, so I can survive an attack on his phase. I guess there's no real point in using a combat art here, so I'll just go for the attack. Next turn I'll heal Felix, but this turn I need to heal Byleth.
Thank you.
It is really odd. This mage decides to go for 100% hit rate and doubling Hanneman, even though he will do 0 damage, versus attacking Byleth. Oh, I get it. It's because I have stealth from the assassin class. I often forget that that's a thing. He's got 5 move, and Mela also has 5 moves, so as long as I keep moving, I will stay out of his range. Thanks to the March Ring. March Ring's a very good item to keep Manuela alive here. I don't think I need to use a healing item with her here. Felix is still alive. Hanneman isn't even scratched. And the mage is dead too.
Do try again.
And it looks like the situation is pretty much under control at this point.
Stay focused.
I'll actually use a stride here
I'm grateful.
so that we can get Byleth and Petra up a little bit further.
Much needed.
Physic is one of the best skills in the game. If I could have it on every unit, I don't think I could lose. But only certain mages actually get it, which is one of the very few drawbacks to Lysithea as a mage. She doesn't get Physic, but she gets plenty of other stuff to make up for it. Pretty sure Felix can get this kill. Even with the training sword. It's guaranteed. Risk-free.
Another win.
And if you can do something risk-free, that is pretty much the ideal way to do it in this game.
So,
Although it is sort of boring and saps the dramatic tension out of a fight, it is good strategy. I can move Byleth right up here. And we can get the kill with silver. We might be able to do it with iron. Yep.
Should I have held back?
Ferdinand's level 20, which means we can actually promote him into a flying class.
greatness awaits me.
So that is very good. I can actually move Manuela here and heal Petra.
You inspire.
And start moving Petra up this way with Byleth. And there we go. We managed to complete the main objective of the chapter of keeping Manuela alive. so now it's just murder the boss, and while I'm going for him, I might as well take out these units for the experience and the rewards. Guaranteed kill.
One more success.
I get an experience gem. I think I'm actually going to send the accuracy ring to the convoy, because the experience gem will actually... As long as I can hit with Petra, the experience gem will be better for her in the long run. I'll keep Dorothea behind them so that she's in healing range at least. I think between Felix and Lysithea we might be able to do some good on this side. It might be a little iffy. 27 attack speed. 23. He will be doubled. Being doubled is not great.
I'll get it.
If the enemy starts approaching me, then I can always hit with Lysithea. I think if I bring Hanneman around this side I can attack from range, maybe. I guess I'll move Dorothea back this way. You don't need to heal Manuela. I will give her some experience rather than wasting her turn by using Ward. Here come the flyers. And we're in time to intercept them with Petra and Byleth. Probably best to intercept them one at a time. 3 avoid. Hit. Only 24 attack. And he won't quad, so Petra can definitely take this. I'll go with the Iron Sword because it keeps her experience high. Experience. Evade rate. She doesn't have the experience gem equipped for some reason. So I think I'll put Byleth next to her and do some trading to try and force that. Yep, that did it. So, when you get the item, it doesn't automatically equip if you have something else equipped, but if you trade it, it automatically equips. It's kind of funny. I'll go for the Silver Sword because I do need to kill the Pegasus Knight rather quickly. And that move will also buff Byleth's Avoid up to a pretty considerable amount due to the Alert Stance buff there. We've got Dorothea on this side, and we've got Felix and Lysithea. 14 protection. 34 attack, 20 times 2. That'll leave him on 1 HP. So, looks like I can bait this. I guess I'll go for the Killing Edge, because that way I'll at least have a chance of killing this assassin in between his attacks.
Well done. That was nothing.
Quite evasive.
No use.
Not as evasive as Petra, but it's a problem to hit those Falcon Knights. Pegasus Knights, which are they? There's a crit from Petra, that'll kill him.
Flame spirit, protect me.
He missed. What luck. It's a shame that I didn't get to use Fusillade there, but Felix's Charm is a little bit below what it would need to be too. But I do have Rally Charm on Dorothea, so maybe it's a little unfortunate to lose that. Dorothea or Lysithea? Dorothea, she has less experience. So I'll go for the Thunder attack.
Winning's always nice.
And then Felix isn't quite ready to bait another enemy, I don't think. 24 attack, 25 attack speed will only double. Well, as long as I equip the right weapon. So we're looking at 11 protection versus 24 attack, which should be 13 times 2, 26 damage. So all I have to do is heal Felix. But looks like I can't do that with Lysithea unless I start this turn.
Sorry.
Since she has 4 move and he has 5, he can get away from her. There we go. Felix should survive that. He'll get a counterattack in. And then we probably attack with Animan if we put him here and use Thoron. Definitely want to stay out of the Pegasus Knight's range with anyone who can't take the hit, though. If we hit, that's going to kill. It's less likely to work. Why is that? Just bows have innate accuracy? It doesn't look like there's anything... Oh, there it is. Swordbreaker Plus. That's why the hit rate is so low. Alright, so we'll use the bow.
As expected.
Now, nasty thing about Swordbreaker Plus for evasion-based units is it also gives the enemy hit plus 30 here, which means he'll actually have a decent chance of hitting Petra. But Petra can survive the hit, so that's fine. And it will also bait the unit all the way over here, which is out of the way. And then I can follow up with Byleth and the bow and hopefully kill. I will shuffle Manuela and Hanneman around, I think. So that way he's in position to at least provide a support bonus with Thoron. And I'll just let Petra wait so that she gets her bonus avoid. If you just end your turn, you don't get the bonus, but you have to actually wait with the unit. Looks like we're pulling a little bit too much on that side, but that's okay. Can always run away. Yep, that's fine. Byleth should kill that one next turn. Probably. No hits. That's unfortunate. I can run away though, so that's fine. Now I should be able to
Stay
do
vigilant.
something with Felix here, but this exposes him to an awful lot of risk and danger. So it's probably best to retreat with him. Well, looks like I'll have to take out that archer. Otherwise I'll be in trouble. So I think this is a good time to use a meteor. 86% isn't that great. I get Lysithea within range. Not without also baiting this assassin, right? Yeah. So it looks like I'll have to take it as it is if I'm gonna kill the archer. I'll go for it. Worked out.
I've got many skills, you know.
Alright, so that means that I should be able to just retreat with Felix. And I can also heal him safely from this space.
Huh, thanks.
And then next turn I should be able to deal with these enemies. Unfortunately I didn't get to make full use of Hanneman's Thoron here. But it looks like 2, 3. Yeah, I won't be able to either. But keeping him alive is more important.
Much obliged.
It's all instinct now.
And I could try this attack with Petra. It's not that likely to work out. I have to use the Silver Sword or the Killing Edge. Silver Sword's lighter. I can't actually afford to be hit twice by him. So what are we looking at for avoid rates here? 103 hit. If I put her in the forest, it looks like it's going to be attack from 2 range, not 3 range. Unless I go in this forest. And then if I wait with her and I'm in a forest, her evasion should be more than enough to get him down to 0. Risk-free attack here. I like when the enemy can't hurt me. But we do draw in the Armor Knight. That should be fine. He also probably can't hit Petra. Alright, so it looks like we need each unit on this side to take out 1 enemy. So I think Felix has this Brawler. Right, Silver Sword with a combat art should be able to hit. Especially with support. Dorothea can probably take the Brigand. Need to do a little bit better Sagittae. Yep, that'll do it. And then Lysithea can one-shot the Assassin probably. Ooh, hit rate on that is not particularly good. What if we Gambit? 85? 85 is better. Okay. I guess I'll lead with that then. Since I won't be able to get any support bonuses. So I take a risk. I guess this is risk-free. So if I go right here, I'll be able to give Lysithea a Gambit support bonus against the Assassin, getting her hit rate up. Which means I should take advantage of the support bonuses as they are with Felix right now. I think Training Sword with Wrath Strike guarantees a hit.
Foolish.
Then we have Dorothea go right here. And attack with Sagittae, point blank range, guaranteed kill before the enemy gets a chance to counter.
You were wide open.
Now if we use Resonant with Scythia, we should be able to get this hit 9 times out of 10.
Watch this.
It is risky, but I don't think I can get up to 100% hit rates on Maddening mode with any real
This is what I
consistency
do.
of putting everyone in the Archer class.
I have to try harder.
No magic and no speed. How unusual. And when we find here, we'll spam Ward on him.
Appreciate it.
From here, I think Byleth is safe from other enemy ranges. So, I go for the Iron Bow attack. Actually, let me think. If I throw this Armor Slayer away, reach into the convoy, dig up a Steel Bow, could we get a one-hit kill? So close. Oh well, looks like I'll go for the Iron Bow then. Got it.
You fought well.
Alright, that gets rid of that thorn on our side. Now we can take out the Archer with Petra.
I will not be stopping.
Just when I decide to disguise myself as a mountain bandit and sneak in, we get attacked. Just my luck.
So that guy, I think he has a Rapier, which isn't really that great of a weapon. It is effective against both cavalry and armors, which is nice, but it's not necessary to get. It is very rare, however. Since it's potentially useful, I would like to get it, but I'm not going to take a bunch of risks in order to ensure it happens. Can I reach with Byleth here? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, looks like it. So I'll actually send Petra up this way. Attack. 8 resilience. She'll be hurt, but it's certainly survivable. With 98 avoid, probably mid-30% chances of hitting, or high 20s. I'll go into the convoy, put the steel bow away, pull back out the armor slayer here, and we'll go for the armor slayer kill with Byleth. There's a little bit of risk here, but it should go my way.
As expected.
He wasn't even in the forest, and the armor slayer didn't have a 100% chance of hitting him. That's a maddening mode armor knight for you. Even the armor knights have a void. We'll just continue getting some experience for Manuela's faith rank. Let's see, right or left? Looks like it doesn't matter because we'll have to bait the archer first either way. So I'll go to the right. I'll move Felix first, and then heal him with Lysithea.
Sorry.
That hurt. Yeah, Steel Defense. That's such an awkward skill for a Warlock to have. Like, they can't benefit from it. So I think it depends on them working in concert with other enemies. It certainly would be pretty dangerous with a Swordmaster who could potentially double. If I put Byleth right there, probably kill him. Might be risky if I don't heal.
Appreciate it.
Build support, do something with her anyway. Archer. 15 attack speed and 12 protection versus 33 attack and 17 attack speed. I will get doubled. Is that right? What if I equip Thoron? Nope. So if I want to get a counterattack, I'm going to get doubled, and 33 attack minus 12 protection is 21. Times 2, Dorothea will die. So I should bait with Felix if I'm going to bait at all. Just because he won't be doubled, that's the difference. You won't get a chance to counterattack, but that should be fine. He does only have a melee gambit, but if he did decide to gambit Felix, having the bonus charm there would actually help. Looks like I have only a very small amount of time left to get up to the sniper and kill him. And the way is completely blocked by that Swordmaster. So I think the move here will have to be kill the Swordmaster. And I think that gets me out of the Warlock's range. I've only got 4 moves. I've got 6. Let's see if we can do that. Actually has hit rate on me since I'm not in a forest. If it hits me twice, I'm dead. That's no good. We can gambit him. And that should take his hit rate down. And then I think if we kill on the counter, we'll be able to reach the sniper, but the sniper... snipe us? Nope, sniper, no sniping. So if I put Petra right here and go for that, should work out. Better make sure I can secure the kill though. So, Silver Sword will do 24 damage. Need at least 20. The Iron Sword won't cut it, so it's either silver or killing. Killing is overkill. I'll go with the Silver Sword. Make sure I'm all set up for next turn by equipping it, and then go for the Gambit,
Here it goes.
which should hit. A little bit risky that it won't. The camera was crazy there. It was going up a hill, so it looked at the unit's feet. So there's a 12% chance of hitting, and if he hits, he will kill Petra, so that's not great. It's sloppy, but 88% of the time it should work out. I'm not going to do that. That's a little bit too risky for me. But I think I can do that on enemy phase, and it'll be fine because he won't do enough damage to kill, and he also has no crit chance. So if I bait him at the edge of his range with a bow, I can force him into doing that. I also get bonus evasion.
Bunch of meddlesome losers. Maybe we should take a hostage for leverage. Capture that woman. We'll show them what the Death God gang's made of.
Death God gang? What kind of childish nonsense? Where's the Death Knight?
The Death Knight is in Caspar and Mercedes' paralogue, not this one.
Not good enough.
Nice. Miss Felix. And that also pulls that archer into our attack range. Okay, he missed, which means he's dead.
My
And I can
heart
get the
is full
rapier.
of victory.
This is fine. So I didn't get to double him because the only reason I got to double him was due to Darting Blow. And when it makes a difference, it's a great skill, but when you don't get to take advantage of it, it is kind of
Careful
lacking.
now.
Let's see if we can guarantee the kill in one hit. Let's say... looks like we only have Band of Monsters for Sword Arts. So we're looking at an 88% chance. It's a little bit too low for my liking. And I will need to use Dorothea to heal. I'll only be able to get Ryleth up to 20 HP. Which is not quite enough. Alright. This side might be a little bit simpler to deal with. Felix and Lysithea, I think. So I can use Lysithea there, that'll get the kill. Can get this one with Felix though. A little bit too slow. Can we take the archer's hits? No. Nor the brigands, at least not with Dorothea. Unless... what if we were to equip a lighter tome? Thunder, for example? Well, I would need to equip Lysithea as well. So it looks like we're going to have to devote Lysithea and Dorothea to attacking here. I could pull Byleth back and heal Byleth with Manuela. I could actually get out of the enemy Warlock's range, it looks like. So I think I might actually have to do that here. So I will. Oh, that was silly. Alright, got it. So Manuela comes with this neat little trick called Silence, where she can just stop an enemy caster from doing anything. And that's a much better answer.
Careful now.
So now I can attack him to my heart's content with no real risk.
Each battle, a chance to grow.
Caution is
And now I should be able to get this rapier as well. He doesn't have pass, so I'll have to go around, which will buy me a little bit of extra time. And since I'm in the forest, he won't be able to hit Petra. So this is somewhat likely to get the kill.
I will win.
Alright, that worked.
I will not be stopping.
I like how the assassins do the spin attack. But yeah, there's the rapier for you. It has a little bit of crit. It's a very light weapon, very high accuracy. The 7 might isn't great, which means that the effectiveness versus cavalry and armors isn't all that beneficial because you only get 7 bonus damage. But I think if you make it like a rapier plus using resources, it might be a pretty solid weapon. Alright, so on this front I'm going to need to attack with a bunch of units.
That's my cue.
And I do the Sagite 100% here. Yep.
All roses have thorns.
Then I should be able to
Leave it
get
to
this
me.
one with Lysithea. It's not guaranteed.
I'll go.
So I'll move Felix here to boost hit rates and do a little bit of damage to lead up into this. Use the training sword since it's cheaper. I'll be able to get the kill with Felix anyway. %93% chance of getting the kill here. I think if I use my asthma, attack speed's 14, so she'll avoid being doubled, although Dorothea is still in trouble, so I really do need to hit with this. Does Dark Spikes have a higher hit rate? No, it has the same. Okay, looks like my asthma is the way to go. Hopefully this works.
You were outmatched.
Alright, that worked out.
My turn.
So now Byleth needs healing. Could potentially move her back, and then do that with Manuela.
I'm grateful.
And then the boss is right here. I guess I'll start moving Petra this way. Guess I will also put Dorothea, Felix, and Lysithea on his doorstep. Now, before I do this, I should note that this is another paralog that does not move, even though this is in Maddening mode, so I hope if they make like a Maddening mode plus, or Infernal or Abyssal, the bosses in paralogs don't just sit in one place. So that way, things are a little less, you know, static. So, at least he does have a 1-2 range option, and he starts with it equipped, which actually makes this boss better than most. However, since I have a 3 ranged attack available to me, I can probably just blitz him down with mages. And I can probably do that pretty safely as well. Can't reach with Petra, but if I move her up one, I should be able to.
I'm grateful.
So why am I bothering to give Manuela any experience?
Getting stronger all the time.
That might be a question, because I probably won't have the deployment slots to field her, so why bother with Manuela? And the answer to that is, once you get her Faith rank to A, I believe, she learns Warp. And if I have 1 extra Warper on my team in certain situations, it could potentially
Stay
be really
focused.
useful. I might not end up using it, but it's nice to have the option, so that's why I'm trying to give her a little bit of experience here. What does Felix look like if he goes for this? Well, he probably won't be hit if he lets the enemy get a counter. He'll potentially get crit. He can quad with gauntlets. Do up to, what, 24 damage? But I don't think I want to lead with that. I think I would rather lead with something safer. Like, let's say, Thoron from 3 range.
We are the Death God Gang. We're all unstoppable.
Another solution to this chapter is probably...
Quite what I was after.
Well, that wasn't very good. To use Dorothea with Meteor and just double Meteor the boss using, like, Dance. And that should probably do enough damage to kill him in most cases if you hit twice. But then you miss out on all this lovely experience and the Rapier and the Experience Gem. So, if you're going to LTC this chapter, make sure to get the full value out of it if you can. There we go.
Manuela, are you uninjured?
A few scrapes and bruises, but yes, I'm well enough.
14 turns, not the fastest, but not too slow. Petra, I expect we're going to see a lot of Petra MVPs from here onward, since she dodge tanks everything and is fast enough to double enemies. Let's see, Oil and Water. This one was still a pretty tricky chapter, but since I've been through it so many times, I've come up with a few ways of dealing with it. The extra enemies definitely do make it harder. Thanks for watching. In the next one, I'll be doing another Paralog battle. Until then.